Hey everyone. Feeling like your laptop's gotten a little sluggish lately, like it's maybe hitting that midlife crisis.
Ooh, a laptop midlife crisis. I like that.
Well, good news. Today we're diving deep into how to give that machine a new lease on life. No need to shell out for a brand new one just yet.
Right. And we've got just the guide for that. How I speed up my old laptop without upgrading. A complete guide.
Catchy title.
It is. And it's by the one and only, the digital marketing legend, Srinidhi Ranganathan.
This guy's known as like the human AI, right?
Yeah, they call him that. He's crazy smart. And you can tell he put so much research into this guide. Like it's super practical, super clear.
Step by step.
Exactly. Anyone can follow this stuff. So yeah, get ready, folks, because we're about to unlock some serious hidden potential in your old laptop.
We're taking Ranganathan's wisdom and like distilling it into pure gold just for you.
Pure gold. Okay, so right off the bat, Ranganathan starts strong. He's all about decluttering and freeing up resources, like giving your laptop a breath of fresh air before we even get into the heavy lifting.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fresh air.
So first things first, he's all about uninstalling those programs we all have lurking around but never actually use.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right.
It's like that junk drawer in the kitchen. It's like, time to purge.
100%. And while we're at it, let's tackle those startup programs that make booting up feel like wading through molasses.
Ugh, the worst.
The worst. But it's brilliant because it's not just about making the laptop feel faster, you know?
Right.
It's about actually freeing up RAM and processing power.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Every program that's running is like another person trying to use the same phone line.
Interesting.
Get rid of the chatter,
Yeah.
and your connection gets stronger.
Love that. Love that analogy.
Right.
Okay, so we've decluttered. We've gotten rid of the starter programs. What's next?
Well, next, Ranganathan gets into the nitty-gritty of hard drive cleanup.
Okay, now we're talking.
This is where it gets satisfying, folks. We're talking temporary files, old updates, duplicate files. It's like digital spring cleaning.
Yes.
And you wouldn't believe how much space you can reclaim with a few clicks. Plus, Ranganathan walks you through it all, like so clearly.
Nice, nice.
It's not just about performance either. It's about maintaining the health of your system.
Totally. Absolutely. And for those of us with HDDs, he drops some serious knowledge about defragmentation.
Oh, yeah.
Defragmentation, basically it's like organizing your data neatly on the hard drive so your laptop doesn't have to go on a scavenger hunt every time it needs a file.
Exactly.
But now, for SSE users, this step isn't necessary.
Right.
But optimizing the drive via Windows can still help.
For sure. Think of it this way. If your hard drive is a library, defragmentation is like putting all the books back on the right shelves in alphabetical order.
Love it.
Suddenly, everything is easier to find.
Makes sense.
Right. But even with a perfectly organized library, you still need to make sure the lighting is good so you can actually see the books.
True. Okay, I see where you're going with this. So it's not just about organizing the data.
Exactly.
It's about making it easier for the laptop to access and use it.
That's it. And Ranganathan is all about shedding light on those less obvious performance tweaks.
Okay, like what?
Well, for example, did you know those fancy visual effects?
Okay.
The animations, the fading menus, those can actually bog down an older system.
Really?
Yeah. Turning them off can make your laptop feel like it got a caffeine boost.
Wow. No way.
Yeah. It's a classic case of less is more.
Wow.
Just like on a website.
Yeah.
Sometimes stripping away the bells and whistles actually makes the core experience smoother and faster.
Interesting. So we've decluttered, we've cleaned up the hard drive, we've tweaked those visual effects.
Yeah.
What else can we do?
Well, since we're on the topic of streamlining, Ranganathan shares his personal experience with switching browsers. He was a Chrome user, but its RAM usage was like a hungry monster.
Oh yeah, Chrome can be a bit of a resource hog.
It can. So he bravely ventured into the land of Edge and Firefox.
Oh, interesting.
And guess what? He found some serious performance gains.
Really? I'm a Chrome loyalist, but maybe I should give Edge or Firefox a try.
What I appreciate about Ranganathan is that he encourages experimentation. You know, he's not saying this is the one true browser, but rather try different things and see what works for you.
Yeah.
He's all about empowering users to make their own choices.
I like that. That's a great philosophy.
Right?
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already, but we can't forget about security and stability.
Oh, absolutely.
Which are just as crucial, right?
Super crucial.
Ranganathan is a big advocate for regular malware and antivirus scans.
Always.
even if your system seems perfectly healthy.
Right. It's like getting regular checkups at the doctor. Prevention is key. And he makes a great point about combining Windows Defender, which comes built in, with a lightweight antivirus program
Okay.
for a double layer of protection.
Got it.
It's like having a security guard and a watchdog,
I like that.
both looking out for your digital well-being.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
So Ranganathan's given us a lot to think about already, from decluttering our software to beefing up our security.
He has.
But before we go any further, I want to dive into something that I think a lot of people find confusing.
Okay.
Virtual memory.
Ah, yes. Virtual memory. Ranganathan calls it backup RAM, which I think is a brilliant way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like having that extra room in your suitcase just in case you need to pack more.
Okay.
Except in this case, it's for your laptop's memory when things get busy.
Interesting.
And he walks you through adjusting the settings so you can prevent those annoying lags. Like, Ranganathan thinks of everything.
It's amazing. Now, he also doesn't shy away from busting those tech myths we've all heard. Like, remember how we were always told to never shut down our computers, just keep them in sleep mode forever?
Oh.
Well, Ranganathan says it's time to break that habit.
He does. He's like, give your laptop a break, people.
I know, right?
Restarting it regularly clears the system memory and improves responsiveness. It's like hitting the refresh button on your brain.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you just need a clean slate to function at your best.
I love that. And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
For the adventurous techies out there, Ranganathan even dives into the world of installing a lightweight operating system like Linux.
Yeah, he does.
He makes it sound like a whole new adventure for your old laptop.
It is.
I know. It's like giving your trusty machine a complete makeover, inside and out.
Totally. And the best part is he doesn't assume you're a coding wizard, you know?
Right.
He explains it all in a way that even a Linux newbie like me can grasp.
That's awesome. So Ranganathan's guide is full of practical tips, from the simple to the more advanced.
It is.
And it's clear he's passionate about helping people get the most out of their technology. But I'm curious, could we maybe apply some of this wisdom to other parts of our lives?
Ooh, interesting question.
Ooh, interesting question.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, we've been geeking out over all these amazing optimization tips, right?
Right.
From Srinidhi Ranganathan.
A digital marketing legend.
Yes, him.
Uh-huh.
And it's got me thinking, could we apply some of this wisdom to other parts of our lives?
I like where you're going with this.
It's like, if we can declutter our hard drives
Right.
and streamline our laptops, could we maybe do the same for, say, our daily routines?
I think Ranganathan would totally agree.
Yeah.
His whole approach is about being mindful and intentional, not just with technology, but with everything.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Like, remember his point about uninstalling unnecessary programs?
Oh, yeah.
How many of us are clinging to apps we never use?
Ugh, so man.
Habits that don't serve us, commitments that drain our energy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to hit uninstall on those things too.
And like free up some space for what truly matters.
Exactly. It's like that feeling you get when you finally clean out that overstuffed closet.
Oh, the best.
Suddenly you can breathe easier and you can actually see what you have to work with.
I know, right?
And just like with our laptops, decluttering our lives can lead to a huge performance boost in terms of productivity and well-being.
Totally. And what about those pesky startup programs Ranganathan talked about?
Yeah.
The ones that automatically launch and slow everything down.
Right.
I feel like we all have those in our minds too. You know,
100%.
like those negative thought patterns
No.
or limiting beliefs that pop up without our permission.
Absolutely. Those are the mental equivalent of resource hogging apps.
Yeah.
And just like we can disable those programs on our laptops, we can learn to challenge and reframe those negative thoughts.
Okay.
It takes practice. But it's like giving your mind a clean boot, allowing for a fresh start and a more positive outlook.
I love that. A clean boot for the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ranganathan also made me realize how much digital clutter I've accumulated.
Oh, tell me about it.
I'm talking those overflowing inboxes, the constant notifications, the endless stream of information that's constantly vying for our attention.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's like our digital lives have become these cluttered hard drives, full of junk files and unnecessary programs.
It really is.
And just like Ranganathan guides us through cleaning up our laptops, we can apply those same principles to our digital spaces.
So true.
Unsubscribe from those newsletters you never read. Turn off those non-essential notifications. Give yourself permission to disconnect and recharge.
It's like giving your mind a digital detox.
Exactly.
I like that. And speaking of decluttering,
Yeah.
I'm also inspired to take a look at my physical space.
Oh, yeah.
Like a messy desk or a cluttered living room can be just as distracting and energy draining as a slow laptop.
Absolutely. Our physical environments have a huge impact on our mental state. Ranganathan's emphasis on optimization and efficiency can totally be applied to our homes and workspaces.
Right.
Imagine the boost in productivity and creativity that comes from a clean, organized, and inspiring space.
It all comes back to that idea of intentionality
Yeah.
that Ranganathan embodies.
Yeah, he does.
It's about taking control, making conscious choices, and optimizing not just our technology, but all aspects of our lives for peak performance and well-being.
So true. Ranganathan has given us so much to think about.
I know, right?
He's not just a tech expert.
Yeah.
He's a life optimizer.
He really is. So to our amazing listeners, we challenge you to think about where you can apply Ranganathan's principles in your own lives. What small tweaks can you make to declutter, streamline, and optimize your routines, your thoughts, your digital spaces, and your physical surroundings?
Remember, optimization is a journey, not a destination. Every small step you take can make a big difference.
A huge thank you to Srinidhi Ranganathan, the digital marketing legend and human AI man himself,
Such a legend.
for sharing his incredible insights with the world. Be sure to check out his work and let his wisdom inspire you to unlock your full potential.
And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep optimizing.
That's a wrap on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious. So we've been talking about applying this to our lives.
Yeah, it's like Ranganathan's giving us a blueprint for not just tech, but like life optimization.
Right. And one thing that really stuck with me was that idea of uninstalling unnecessary programs.
Oh, yeah.
How many of us are like holding on to apps we never use,
Right.
habits that don't serve us, commitments that just drain our energy?
It's so true.
Maybe it's time to hit like uninstall on those things too.
100%. Free up space for what matters.
Exactly. Oh, and speaking of things that slow us down, remember those pesky startup programs?
Yeah.
The ones that like automatically launch and just bog everything down?
Right.
I feel like we all have those in our minds too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like those negative thought patterns
Yeah.
or limiting beliefs that just like pop up without our permission.
Those are the mental equivalent of resource hogging apps. And just like we can disable those programs on our laptops, we can learn to challenge and reframe those negative thoughts.
It's like giving your mind a clean boot.
Exactly. Fresh start, more positive outlook.
I love that. A clean boot for the mind. Ranganathan also made me realize like how much digital clutter I've accumulated.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking overflowing inbox,
Yeah.
constant notifications.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. It's like our digital lives have become these cluttered hard drives full of junk files and like unnecessary programs.
And just like Ranganathan guides us through cleaning up our laptops, we can apply their same principles to our digital spaces.
Unsubscribe from those newsletters you never read.
Yes.
Turn off non-essential notifications.
Give yourself permission to disconnect and recharge.
It's like giving your mind a digital detox.
Okay, and speaking of decluttering,
Yep.
I'm also inspired to take a look at my physical space.
Oh, for sure.
A messy desk, a cluttered living room. It can be just as distracting and energy draining as a slow laptop. Absolutely. Our physical environments have a huge impact on our mental state. Ranganathan's emphasis on optimization and efficiency can totally apply to our homes and workspaces too.
Imagine like the boost in productivity and creativity that comes from a clean, organized, and inspiring space.
Oh, 100%.
And it all comes back to that idea of intentionality that Ranganathan like embodies.
Right.
It's about taking control, making conscious choices, and optimizing not just our technology, but like all aspects of our lives for peak performance and well-being.
He's given us so much to think about.
I know. So to our amazing listeners, we challenge you to think about why can apply Ranganathan's principles in your own lives. What small tweaks can you make to declutter, streamline, and optimize your routines, your thoughts, your digital spaces, and your physical surroundings?
Remember, optimization is a journey, not a destination. Every small step you take can make a big difference.
Huge thank you to Srinidhi Ranganathan, the digital marketing legend, the human AI man himself, for sharing his incredible insights with the world.
What a legend.
Be sure to check out his work and let his wisdom inspire you to unlock your full potential.
Absolutely.
And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep optimizing.
Yes.
That's a wrap on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.